Good morning. Time for your daily morning horoscope for Thursday, 17th April. Aries, a family member may be absent without explanation, Aries. This might worry everyone, and not without reason. It's best to stay calm. Phone friends, colleagues, and anyone who might know where this person is. All is probably well. Your family member has probably been preoccupied and neglected to let anyone at home know what's going on. Hang on in there. Taurus, a sibling or neighbor might not feel very communicative, Taurus. It may seem that this person isn't behaving in their normal, friendly manner, but isn't sharing why. Give him or her a break. There may have been some upsetting news that your friend can't stop thinking about. By tomorrow, they should be on their way back to their usual self. Be patient. Gemini, are you working on a project that requires a little ingenuity? If so, today you may draw a blank. No matter how hard you think about it, you can't come up with a good way to proceed. Perhaps it would be best to put it away and do something else for a while. Trying to force the issue will only reinforce the mental blocks. Relax and let it come naturally in its own time. Cancer, your intuition is operating at a very high level, Cancer, except where your family is concerned. No matter how hard you try, you can't seem to make sense of anything anyone says, let alone does. Don't make yourself crazy over it. Ask for explanations. Then, barring anything destructive or nasty, let them go their own way. Leo, telepathic messages you get from a friend or relative could seem confused and garbled. This might bother you, especially if the person is normally practical and rational. We all have bad days. Try to observe their behavior and see if there is any warning signs of inner or outer crisis. Virgo, are you upset over money, Virgo? Try to be rational. Your concerns are probably far more negative than the reality of the situation. Be objective and go over your budget to learn the facts. By the time you cover everything, you should be more relieved. Libra, some news about a major event could unsettle and confuse you, Libra. There could be contradictory reports, and commenters may confound the issue even more. You're primarily concerned about how this will affect you. The answer is probably very little. The media are apt to blow it out of proportion because it's newsworthy. The truth will come out in a few days. Hang in there, Scorpio. Spiritual studies might seem fascinating and confusing, Scorpio. Are you reading a book whose author isn't clear? Perhaps this isn't the best work to bring you the information you seek. Ask friends to recommend better books. Make a trip to the library. See what's available, Sagittarius. Your intuition may guide you in a direction that seems at odds with what logic and practicality tell you, Sagittarius. This could put you in a quandary. Should you try to be practical or should you follow your own heart? Don't make the decision today. Ask friends for advice if you like, but wait a few days before making any irrevocable choice. Capricorn, family problems may have a friend or love partner feeling unsettled and helpless, Capricorn. This person could have a few communication problems, especially if firmness is required. Don't get sucked into the situation. Just point out the facts and encourage your friend to consider every factor on its own merits. While you do this, you might have some insights into a problem of your own. Aquarius, has someone given you a chore to do and then taken off without giving you any instructions? It's no wonder you feel confused and frustrated. If there is no manual and if no one else knows what's up, don't feel bad about letting it go until you're given proper coaching. Pisces, staying indoors might not be the best thing today, Pisces. You might feel vague muscular aches and pains for which you can't find any reason. They could be the result of inactivity rather than any dysfunction. Get outside and go for a walk or jog in the park. This will get the endorphins going and wipe away the memory of how you felt earlier. This has been your daily morning horoscope for Thursday, 17th April 2025. Do have yourself a great day.
Well, hi there, guys. How are you doing? It's a wonderful day, and it's Thursday. It's Holy Thursday, and we're getting set for Good Friday. Tomorrow's going to be a holiday. You're not seeing us tomorrow, but certainly we've got two amazing features for you today to take you into the long, long weekend. All right, let's see what our news department has, and we'll be back.
Good morning. Time now for the news with me, Timothy Polion. The entry into the island of a significant amount of cannabis resin on Monday via a leading courier company highlights an alarming trend in the creative methods being used by smugglers to circumvent detection. So says a leading law enforcement official.
Officers attached to the Gangs Narcotics and Firearms Unit and the Customs and Excise Department discovered several vacuum-sealed packages concealed within a shipment at a shipping agency in the north of the island. The packages were labeled as food items, but further checks reveal they contain a dark resinous substance suspected to be cannabis resin, also known as hashish.
We continue the broadcast with more law enforcement news. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force anticipates the extradition of a Jamaican fugitive will provide answers to how he escaped police custody here almost 5 years ago. U.S. Homeland Security investigations and special agents from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives captured the individual who also escaped custody in Jamaica following an extensive investigation and multinational manhunt on April the 4th.
The RSLPF was in contact with U.S. authorities just prior and even during the arrest of Mr. Purnell. As we speak, we will be approaching the Office of the Attorney General to get certain processes started in relation to getting the suspect extradited here to St. Lucia. Of course, prior to his escape in St. Lucia, he had been charged and remanded in custody at the Baudelaire Correctional Facility. However, while awaiting transfer to the facility, he escaped lawful custody. We expect that in very short order the gentleman will be back on island and that the additional charges of escaping lawful custody be proffered.
Finally from us this morning, after shutting down nearly 5 years ago due to financial struggles and undergoing a soft opening recently, Lucian Blue Ocean is preparing to make a grand return within the next few weeks. The managing director of the entity says government support has been key in its revival as they aim to improve fisher training and expand into value-added seafood products.
But we're looking to open very soon. I'm looking at within, I was actually trying to do it before the Easter weekend. We're still on that trajectory to open before Easter. Like I said, there's a lot to be done. I love a challenge. We've come a long way. It has been a long, hard, and stressful journey, but I'm all in. And with the backing of the government, the now government, I believe we can pull it through so that we could provide that platform for the fishers that they so desperately need.
And as a broadcast, thank you so much for watching. Our next news major is at noon, the Lunchtime Report. I'm Timothy Polion. Good morning.
All right, thanks, guys. We take a break and come right back. Well, we had a deliberate encounter with Dr. St. Rose recently, and, she enlightened us on a couple of things. As a matter of fact, there's a movement that is on right now moving towards that direction. There's also a book associated with it, all in the aim and effort of enlightenment when it comes to your health. So, take a listen to this, and then you get to decide. Right. Well, we're back again. This time we're here with Dr. St. Rose, and boy, this lady right here is a mover, a shaker, a transformer. You understand? Challenges, but we're holding forth to what the purpose is, and we staying true to the game.
Yes.
Certainly. We wanted this. We here this morning, and Dr. St. Rose is going to be discussing a particular chapter that is being undertaken right now, and it's something we should be aware of. What are we talking about, Doctor?
We're talking of the World Council for Health.
What is this?
So the World Council for Health is an organization which was formed in May 2021 at the time of COVID, where it looks like, science was not being acknowledged. The truth of science was not being acknowledged. And, scientists like myself and other doctors were being persecuted for doing what is right. We were persecuted for doing what is right. So we got together and we have formed the World Council for Health. So what we're looking at in a nutshell is health sovereignty. We want to take control of our own health and educate others to do likewise. And you can go on our website, worldcouncilforhealth.org, and on it, I would like you to look at the 7 principles for good health. So what we're doing is forming country councils. So in the country councils, we'll be looking at getting grassroots organizations, any interested persons, anybody who wants to be interested in living long and well, to get together with us. And we'll be linking up with the international community, because so far there are 43 country councils, which is part of the umbrella. In addition to that, we have affiliate organizations, all for health sovereignty, education, and keeping to the truth of science.
Absolutely. Yes. So it is not a mandate that is pushing an agenda. You've got the choice. If you so feel that you want the information, then you seek the information and then you make your mind up.
That is right. Because persons need to take responsibility for their health. Take responsibility for your health. Be knowledgeable of what's on the table. And discernment is so very important in terms of knowing what is right and what is wrong. Although, not your media, but some are just giving us things that, the disinformation and misinformation. So discernment and, being spiritual connects us with the God consciousness, which is what will tell us, hey, this is not right, or this, should be done that way. So look at the 7 principles of the better way, and in it, you will see that we act in honor and do no harm. We are free beings with a free will.
Okay.
We are part of nature. Spirituality is integral to our well-being. We thrive together, all of us. There's enough for all of us. We thrive together. We value different perspectives.
Absolutely.
And number 7 is we use technology with discernment.
Absolutely.
So we know what's happening, with all the electromagnetic radiation and all the AI. So, some of it is good, some of it is hold back. So the discernment is important, yes.
Right. So these principles will be discussed in depth if we decide to join into the mission.
That's right. So, each of these principles is extended in the description of it. And then getting into yourself, then you come to a realization and idealization. And if it resonates with you, get aligned with us, because at this time, at this phase of life, we have to get into the correct alignment. And unity is strength. So we have to link up and work with the people who will be working towards truth, in love, and like we say, in nature.
In alignment.
And alignment. The alignment is crucial, and keep the spirituality.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Dr. St. Rose, be sure that, like we said, if you'd like the information, you can find it.
And transform your health, in there you'll get lots of videos, lots of subtracts and information. Just, giving you advice and getting your life back in order. Yes.
World Council for Health. You can get on there and all of the information, all of the data, all of the discussions will be there, and you can get to make an informed decision as to what direction you want it to go when it comes to things concerning your health.
Yes, and
Thank
as
you
we
so
link up with one another, this is where the strength comes.
Absolutely.
To be ready to resist. Because they're not finished with us yet. They're not done with us yet. But we are victorious by the grace of God. And yes.
God is in charge, certainly is. Spirituality. Thank you so much again. And this weekend, Easter weekend, is Carifta. And guess what? St. Lucia, for the very first time, has sent out a full team. Here's the president of the St. Lucia Athletics Association, Dora Henry. She's excited. Absolutely. No, the president is here. She's rolling off. She's going off. Maybe by the time you see this interview, she would have already taken the plane and gone off to Trinidad, because that's where Carifta Games are going to be hosted this year. And of course, you know, that's the Easter weekend. We're excited. She is excited and flustered because, you know, she's a perfectionist. So I'm glad we caught her right in the middle of all of that, so we can get a true sense of what it is, the preparation that's been happening. What are we looking like, Dora?
Well, we're getting ready. We are almost there. All the administrative stuff we would have sorted out. So the athletes are prepared. We almost packed and ready to go. We had some training sessions at the stadium for the last 2 weeks, and also individual sessions with the coaches. And then last evening we had a mental preparation session with a sports psychologist. So we're trying to get the athletes ready totally, holistically, mental preparation and even the training as well.
Wow. What are we, well, we sending off a full team? Are we competing in all categories?
So we have a full team this year, the most athletes to travel out for Carifta Games, 22 strong with 6 team management. So 22 athletes, including we have 4 relay teams, we have field events, we have track events. So we're going out there full force this year. So 8 of those athletes of the 22 are returning from last year. They were part of the delegation for 2024. So, and 14 others. So the team will be led by Naya Jules, who is the defending the record holder for pole vault women. So we had for 2 years in a row she would have won that event. We have a returning one as well, Naomi London, as we know. There's no stranger to it, and Denzel Phillips, one of our field eventers as well. So we are ready and we're looking good. We're looking good.
I like the fact that you say we're looking good. Now, you know the other thing that might just work in our advantage, with all the buzz that Julian had brought onto us, I'm thinking some of the other teams are going to be a little scared when they hear St. Lucia this time around. That could probably work in our advantage as well.
Yes. Well, you know already, we might be small, but we're powerful. So I think a lot of people are looking out for us. And this year, like I said, it's one of the biggest teams we have. So the hope is that we come back with some hardware, and I'm hopeful. I'm very confident that the athletes will do their best.
Absolutely. Well, we want to take the opportunity, Dora, you as president, the athletes, and of course their coaches, and the entire entourage that's going to be going on out. We want to wish you guys a safe travels, and we also looking forward to the merchandise. What did you say? Hardware. The hardware. I like that word. We're looking forward to the hardware that's going to be brought back to the shores of St. Lucia. So all the best.
Thank you so much, Maureen, and thank you once again for spotlighting St. Lucia Athletics Association. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so very much. We're looking back for the hardware. We're coming back with some of those. Well, certainly you get an idea of the excitement, the hype, the energy that just unveiled here at Castries Comprehensive School and the St. Mary's College. A collaborative effort, theatrical production, dance included, and a whole lot of vibe. Listen, School Vybes Volume 2 was definitely very, very, very much a hit. And this is one of the main actors. As a matter of fact, she is a foreigner in the whole thing. She from Dominica. She come and take the little schoolboy, yelling the girl and thing. What was it like for you? I see the enthusiasm. I can see the big smile on your face. So certainly, a production of that sort really and truly is, it brought out something in your students.
It's wonderful. It was fun. The whole experience was joyful. And I'm really happy that I got to make some new friends, family members, I would say, because we got so close. And also, I never expected to perform this good because it's my first time doing an acting piece.
Yes.
And I did well to my ability. And I'm really thankful that my talent came out today and I was able to showcase my talent and my energy.
Right. Now, this is also a piece for CXC, is it?
Pardon?
This has also been graded for CXC, but from some, not for you all. Okay, but for some of them, for some of them. So this is quite a critical piece, but you guys had so much fun here tonight. Now, I have a feeling that this is not going to be the end of this.
No, by God's grace, no.
Absolutely. How do you feel in general now that you see the possibilities? Like you said, this is your first time. So now, I guess a whole new world of possibilities have opened up in your mind, and I think that will be stand true for a lot of the performers here tonight as well, as far as performing arts is concerned. Putting on production like that is one thing to be in the classroom and me trying to teach you something, but to put on a production of that sort, does it change the scope on how it is you receive the subject?
Yes, it does. And to answer your question, I feel very elated right now, and it does change the scope of the whole subject, the whole education. And I'm really happy that this platform was created to allow us to showcase our talent, our education in different aspects, in acting, dancing, designing, modeling.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Definitely. Well, I want to say you guys really blew me off tonight. I planned to leave early, but I couldn't leave because you guys grabbed me, captured me from the start, from the onset until the end. So wonderful job to you and your team members, and all the best moving forward.
Thank you.
All right, Grace, thank you. All right, so guess what? There you have it. Let's take the time off and let's pray and let's wish our Carifta team the very best over the weekend over in Trinidad. And like they said, they're coming back with, what did she call it again? She didn't say merchandise. She said something. She said some. I can't remember what it is, but we're coming back with some of those, if the president is on par with what we are talking about. But I believe so. I believe we're going to be coming back with some medals and some trophies from the Carifta Games. So best of luck to our Carifta team. And again, like I said, some enlightenment. You get to decide. You saw it, so you get to decide if you want to further tap into that energy and see what's happening there. Knowledge is power, at the end of the day. Well, knowledge, comprehension is power at the end of the day. Listen, guys, it's going to be a long, long weekend. I mean, tomorrow is going to be Good Friday, of course. It's a time for reflecting, the death of Christ, whatever it is you choose to do tomorrow, be safe, all right? And then, of course, we head into the Easter weekend, a long weekend. I want you guys to be very, very safe out there. Enjoy yourself, spend time with your family and loved ones, but remember to be responsible on the roads and be safe. And we catch you guys again on Tuesday. That's our next sighting with you right here on the DBS Morning Show. So enjoy it and see you again.